so much for answering the call. Ms. Need called to ask you to come to be a part of this. Please, we're going to be really informal. It's important that you remember the training center is a very informal place. Please ask questions. We are so honored to have experts from the school system who can help answer all your questions. And so we want to be timely, but I did want to welcome you. Thank you all so much for being here. And at this time, we'll turn it over to Mr. Keon Furnish with the school system.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? By way of introduction, my name is Keon Furnish. I am the Family and Community Engagement Specialist for Granville County Public Schools. Long title, but what it simply means is I help coordinate with a team of district volunteers, staff, community partners like Oxford Housing Authority to put on ongoing support through workshops, training, short courses, guest speakers for parents. Our job is to equip you with these ongoing resources and moreover listen to you also, because there'll be opportunities for us to get feedback. We want this to be two-way communication. So hopefully at the end of the night, you guys have any questions or you want to reach out to me, I'll leave you my contact information. And this could be the first of many opportunities for you to attend a Parent University session. And Parent University is our mechanism for how we make all of that I just mentioned happen. So tonight you're going to hear from myself a little later on about the parent portal. We're going to talk about virtual learning, the remote learning. Has that been a challenge for everyone? Huh? So you guys will learn a little bit more about how to be successful during the remote learning. You'll hear from Ms. Sherry Valentine, who I'll turn it over to in a second. And then after she finishes, then I'll talk with you about the parent portal. We'll have some opportunities to demonstrate using the computers in the back. Or if you have a personal device with you, we can walk and talk you through that. In your package, you'll find an agenda. You'll find, for the purposes of this session, this will be a cheat sheet. It's home base. You can have this with you, whether you come here or view the database from a personal device. You'll be able to keep this information and use it. And then moreover, you'll be able to contact your school or feel more comfortable contacting your school for more instruction should you need it after this meeting. But we're all going to be experts after this, right? And you'll be able to teach other people in the community when you're having conversations about monitoring your child's academic progress. So without further ado, I do have an icebreaker. So we know this is a heavy time period all over the world. So if no pressure, but if you'd like to share, I'd like you to name one thing that you're grateful for today.
I'm grateful for being alive.
All right. That's true. Anybody have something different?
Good health.
Good health. Yeah, it's connected to being alive. You need good health, yeah.
I'm grateful for my family.
All right, grateful for family. Grateful for family.
I'm grateful for just being here. A lot of people are not,
Anybody else? Okay. Well, I'll share. I'm grateful that a week from today, Lord willing, I'll be 45 years old. So, I'm grateful for the good health and the being alive. So that'll all factor into that that feeling of gratitude. So without further ado, I'll turn things over to Ms. Sherry Valentine.
Okay. How y'all doing? I know you said great, but I just want to make sure I ask you how you're doing. Y'all doing okay? Awesome. My name is Sherry Valentine, and I'm the District Instructional Technology Facilitator. So basically what I do for the district is I go around and do trainings for the teachers. If there's different software or different programs or different equipment that we're learning in our district, I'll go around and train them on that. So I'll train the teachers, show them how to integrate technology into the curriculum, basically. So anywhere I'm needed, I'll be there. So just want to welcome you and just let you know that we are here to support you. I know this has been a challenging time, but we are here to support you, and I just want you to know that. So I've introduced myself, so I just want to do a little temperature check and just get a feeling of how you guys are feeling. I kind of might know, but I just want to get it from you. So let's do a temperature check. How are you feeling about online learning, honestly? Because we're here. We're here to help you. And so I just want you to be honest and candid about how you're feeling about it. I see you shaking your head.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating. What makes it frustrating for you?
Well, number one, my daughter doesn't have her Chromebook yet because she's only in second grade.
Second grade, okay.
Okay, and so I have to find a laptop to help her. And by everything that's not on my laptop as it would be in a Chromebook,
Right,
you know, it's kind of hard,
okay.
you know, for her to get on there and do everything. Like, we can't get the Zoom straight and, you know, some of the stuff that they're asking for, we
Right.
can't get in it.
Got you.
So it's frustrating and kind of
Okay,
hard.
and
So I
on
just
that
have to do her best.
I do want to let you know that we are giving out Chromebooks to the second grade as we speak.
Okay.
So they are being delivered to the schools so that parents can pick them up. So I'm hoping that you'll hear something soon.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Anybody else? How you feeling about online learning? Online? Well, you're almost being a teacher now, but online. Anybody else want to share?
Well, my problem is because I have 5 kids
Okay.
that's online and usually at the same time, and so
Mhm.
therefore my internet gets kicked out
Gotcha.
because I have so many kids online, so that's just crazy.
Okay. All right.
And then I know they said that you could try to get the internet from but me having my own internet already, I try to give other people that opportunity.
Right.
But when my internet keep kicking out, it's like crazy. Then we
Okay.
have to contact teachers and let them know, reboot, and
Right.
do all this extra. So it's
Okay.
tiring, and like she said, very frustrating.
Okay,
It
well,
really
before we
is.
leave, we'll make sure that we get your information so that maybe we can address some of those needs that you
Okay.
have, being
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
have 5 students in our district,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
All right, so what is some of your aha moments? Have you had any moments where you're like, oh, okay, I finally got this, or this part is working, or anything like that? Any aha moments that anybody's had? I know some people, you're like, no, it won't aha for me, but.
The sad part for me is like I actually learned how to do second grade math, and it's
Ah.
sad because I thought I knew it, but
Uh-huh.
they learn it a totally different way.
They do it
And so
different
it's
now.
making me go crazy, and then I'm actually fussing at my. No, this is then I just by chance sit in on her Zoom and
Uh-huh.
looking at the teacher, and I'm like, oh God, I feel stupid because I'm actually learning from second grade
Yes,
how to
they-
do
they
homework.
matter.
Right, because they do it a little bit
So
different
it
than
is,
when we did it back in the day, so.
Not at all.
So I get you,
Not at all.
but I'm glad that you were able to sit in and
Yeah.
learn something different or something
Yeah.
new. And now you can help your daughter a little bit
Yeah.
more with that
Yeah.
because you understand it too. Okay, so I think we, and you guys kind of did talk about some of your concerns. I think we got some of those out there, so I think we're good with that. So, I mean, I know it has been a different time, a difficult time. It's a time that we're all learning and we're all transitioning and trying to learn at the same time. So some things that you can, what we're going to do today is we're going to have some topics that we're going to discuss. These are the topics. We're going to talk about Chromebooks, which are what your children have, Clever, Google Classroom, Zoom, and Haku. So those are some of the topics that we're going to talk about. These are some ways that you can actually support your students with online learning, during online learning. One of the things is to encourage your student and acknowledge when they do well, because I get it. We're all a little frustrated because this is new to everybody. We didn't plan to do this, and this wasn't something that we've been doing, so it's a little difficult. But when you see your child doing well, say, you know what, you're doing a good job. I know it's not easy, but you know what, you're doing a good job. So make sure that we encourage our students, because sometimes when we're frustrated or we're feeling a certain way, our kids pick up on that. So make sure that we are doing that. Model calm, positive behavior, even through technical difficulties. I know that's hard. I know it's hard because there are a lot of technical difficulties, as you stated. There are a lot of technical difficulties because sometimes the Wi-Fi is not working, sometimes it is working. Sometimes we can get into Zoom, sometimes we can't. But even through those difficult times, just kind of, try to model that for your students so they won't get frustrated as well. Create a study schedule that best supports your child's needs. It is important that our kids still study. I mean, I know that they're online and on Zoom, but we still have to have that separate time that they're actually studying and kind of looking over, taking notes on, and looking over their notes on the things that they've already learned in class. Allow frequent breaks between lessons. That's a long time to sit on a computer, right? I mean, I think about when I'm sitting at a computer, and sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness. I sat on a computer for a couple of hours for meetings, and I know it gets really long. So make sure that you allow breaks, and it's okay to have those breaks. And ask questions. If you're not sure of something, you don't know how something works, or something is not working, please feel free to reach out to us in the district, reach out to your teacher, but please ask questions because we're here for you. We understand what you're going through, and we're here for you, and we want to make it better for you. So please don't ever feel that you can't ask. Now, the student logins vary, but everyone here, your students do have logins. The logins is usually their last name, first initial, and middle initial at gcsnc.us. That's what it normally is. Sometimes it may vary a little bit depending on how many characters are in your student's name. It may vary. If there are other students that are in school that have the same name, they might have a 1 or they may have a 2 or a number beside theirs. But so this may not be exactly what your student's login is, but your students all have logins to log into their Chromebooks. And when they get their Chromebooks, they will be given their login as well. So when you log into the Chromebook, students in grades 2 through 12, 2nd through 12th grade, have been issued Chromebooks. Not all 2nd graders, because we're in the process of doing 2nd graders right now. If you get information from your teacher that you need to come pick up your Chromebook, make sure that you do this so you can get yours because they are being distributed now. These devices connect to your home Wi-Fi, but we do have some district-issued MiFis as well. So if you don't have the internet at home, we did have a process where you could apply for a MiFi. So if you don't have it, or if you're in a situation where you have multiple students, let us know and we'll see how we can work that out for you. So when logging onto a Chromebook, this is just a little quick video that'll show you how to actually log on to the Chromebook, how your students log on to the Chromebook.
To sign into your Chromebook, you would type in your username, which is also your email, and your email address would be at gcsnc.us. Click Next. Put in your password. Click Next. You'll come up to Clever. You will log in with Google. This is Power School Learning and Haiku. Click on that. You will sign in with gcsnc.us, sign in with Google, and when you click this, it will log into your school Haiku account. Power School, where you go to check your grades. You put in your username and your password. If you have not claimed your account, here's where you would go to claim that. Also reset your password. If you have problems resetting your password, you can also contact a teacher that you currently have. She can reset your password. These are all the apps that your teacher will be using on your Chromebook. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher. If you have issues logging in, please contact your technician at your school. Thank you.
Okay, so that's just quick and easy how to log in. The place that you saw that was logged in was called Clever, and some of you who have helped your children probably have seen Clever. So Clever is basically a place where we house all of the software that we use in the district. It's just like a one-stop shop. You can just go there, click on it to get to what you need to. Sometimes it may not be accessed that way, but for the most part, that's what a lot of teachers are using for the students to get to where they need to go or whatever program they're using in their classroom. Another program that we use is Google Classroom. And how many of you know that your children are using Google Classroom? Anybody? No, yeah. Okay. So think of Google Classroom as your child's digital link to learning. Teachers use Google Classroom to share assignments, homework, newsletters, and much more with students and parents. So Google Classroom, when you go into Google Classroom, you'll see all of your students' assignments. If your child doesn't go in through Clever and the teacher has them go in through Google Classroom, they have a secure login and password that's unique to them. And you can just check with your teacher to obtain that information if they're not going through Clever when they log in to Google Classroom. When you go to Google Classroom, if you're just going through to get to Google Classroom without using Clever, you're going to go to your Google Chrome browser icon, which is that icon right there. Once you click on that, you're going to type in www.google.com into your web address. Once you do that, you will click Sign In, which will be in the upper right-hand corner. And that's where you will sign into your browser. That's where your students. And this presentation will be available online. We're recording it as well, so you will have access to this presentation as well. After you do that, the fourth thing you need to do is type in your child's Google or email address, which I showed you, which is the same thing as their login. So once they type that address in, they'll click Next. And then they will type in their password and click Next. And then you'll see that you're signed into the Google Apps for Education account. When you go to the Google for Apps for Education account, you'll see all of these different programs that you have available to you. You'll also see these little squares up at the top that looks like a little waffles or something like that. And these will allow you to get to all of the products that Google has to offer for you. These are just some of the icons that you'll see. You've probably seen these before, but these are some of the icons that Google has. Google has a lot of products, and these are a lot of the different things that your students will be using. So they might be using Docs, which is like Microsoft Word, Google Slides, which is like PowerPoint, Sheets, which is like Excel. So you'll see a lot of different access points here, and also Google Classroom, Google Meet, Google Hangouts. When you're navigating through this, click on that little waffle up there, and then you'll click on Google Classroom to get to Google Classroom. Once the students get to Google Classroom, they will see all of their teachers who have created a Google Classroom. They will see all of the teachers' classes, just like this. It'll be one here. It'll be a couple of different ones, depending on how many teachers they have. And so once you see that, they will click on their class. When they click on their class, they'll get into a space where they will see their Google Classroom. And these are some of the different things that they will see. This is a little small, but I'll probably go into it and show you a little bit too. But so they'll have a stream, they'll have a classroom. They'll also have where, a menu where they'll see their different classes. They'll see different places where they can turn in their assignment. I'll actually go into it a little bit so you can see it live. So when you go in there, when they go into an assignment, these are different things they will see in their assignment. They will see their classwork tab. They'll see their grades, what grades they have. They'll see the due dates of the things that they have due. So they'll see that right there. They could view all of their files and so forth. So, and like I said, I'll go in here so you can actually see a live view of how that actually looks. You can access Google Classroom anywhere. They can access it from their phone, any device, from their laptop, from if they have a tablet, any device, they can access it. So like if you travel or you go somewhere they can still access Google Classroom. So Google Apps allows you to edit Google assignments from any device that's connected to the internet, which is the really nice thing about Google Apps, because you can use it anywhere. So I want to show you real quick before I go into Zoom. I'm going to just go into Google Classroom just for a minute so you can see it. There's that waffle iron or grid that I was talking about. When you click on that, you'll see all of the different ones that you have available to you. If you scroll down, you'll keep seeing more and more. But here's Google Classroom. That's what Google Classroom looks like right there. When they go into Google Classroom, like I said, they will see all of their teachers here. They can click on a teacher that they need to go to. And when we click on that teacher, they have a stream where they can see all of the different things that their teacher has been talking about. Oops, let me get back in there. And then they also have Classwork. And Classwork is where they can go in and they can see their assignments. So they can, now different teachers may organize it differently, okay? But this teacher has it organized by week 5, week 4, week 3, and so forth. So they can click on their particular assignment. I'm sure the teacher has already gone over what the assignment is. And you can see that this assignment is assigned to me. You can see when students have clicked done on their assignments. So that's a little bit about how it looks when you go into Google. Now, let me get back here. Another presentation tool that you've probably seen your teachers use is called Zoom. So Zoom is a video chatting tool similar to Skype, similar to Google Hangouts. Students can use it to attend online classes, visit virtually with friends and relatives. Zoom offers a lot of options, such as the ability to signal the teacher, like they can raise their hand in the Zoom classroom if they have questions. They can brainstorm on a virtual whiteboard, collaborate, annotate on documents, and the students can see other students' screens and things like that. So when you're looking at Zoom, this is a real short video.
In this video, I will demonstrate how to access Zoom from your Google Classroom. So, log into your Chromebook. Once you have logged into your Chromebook, you'll be redirected to your Clever login. Click Login with Google. Once you are here in Clever, look for your Google Classroom and go ahead and log into your Google Classroom. Choose your account. Click on your teacher's class. I am going to look for the link for Zoom from my teacher. I can either find that in Stream or Classwork, or however your teacher directs you to do that. So I'm going to scroll down. Here is my link to join the Zoom class. We'll click on that. It gives me my ID. I put in my screen name. And then I click join. And I'm waiting for my teacher to let me into the class. And there you have it. That is how you access Zoom from Google Classroom.
Okay, so that's Zoom, and I'm sure many of you have seen Zoom and seen your students using Zoom as well. So that is another program that your students are using. And last but not least, they're also using Haiku. So Haiku, or Power School Learning, as you may have heard it called, allows teachers to create content and assignments and share them quickly with their students. Students can collaborate on tasks. They can see the calendar. Teachers can also use the tool to send reminders and announcements to the students. They keep track of the grades in Haiku as well. Teachers can leave feedback on assignments for individual students. They can present quizzes and so forth, polls and so forth. Haiku provides statistics on which students spend time with each material. Teachers can also take attendance there. And there's also a grade book within there too. And you guys can actually access Haiku as well. So when you are going to Haiku as a parent, and I think we're going to actually go over this a little bit as well. When you go into Power School Learning as a parent, your child's teacher has chosen to create a digital classroom. So here's just a quick tour for us to see. You can go into the portal. Once you go into the portal, this is kind of what you'll see within the portal, and we'll take a look at that. After you log into the portal, it will greet you, and you can see events, you can see announcements, you can see grades from all of your children's classrooms, okay? So you'll be able to see what's going on, what they're turning in, what they're not turning in. What they're doing in each class, you'll be able to see that here. You can, activity from all classes will display at first. You can focus on items for one child at a time by filtering the portal. So you can click and you can choose which portal where you want to filter it to. So you can filter it by different teachers. You can look at your different classes that each of your students have. You'll be able to see the classes. You'll be able to see the assignments that your students have. Also within Haiku. Drop into any class using the list on the left, or choose the color icon to hop to that area within that class. So anything that you want to see or what's due on any day, you can look and you can hop in and take a look anywhere that your students that they're having to turn in work, or they're having things that are due. As a parent, you'll experience classes slightly different though than your children. You can view pages, grades, and description of the activities, so you can see all that when you log into the parent portal. Has anybody had the opportunity to do that, log into the parent portal? Because that's something that we'll be able to show you so that you can actually see what's going on with your child. There are notifications in here that'll tell you when different things are due and things like that, so you'll be able to see that as well. Notifications can update you via email or SMS text about important events in your child's class. Turn this option on by selecting your avatar, then notifications. So you can turn it on and off. If you want to be notified, you can be notified of what's going on with your students. Parents can only receive notifications for new class assignments, new inbox messages, and updates to contents that are going on within the classroom. So once you get it up, you're all set to start exploring Parent Portal and see what you have available within there. All right, so that was Haiku, or sometimes it's called Power School Learning. All right, so any questions? I know that was a lot. But we're going to sit here, we're going to hold your hand through it as when we get on the computer. So does anybody have any questions about what was presented for you today here? Okay, all right, awesome. Like I said, this presentation will be available for you. I have also in this presentation, you'll be able to go to the website and look at this, but there are also some links in here that you'll be able to access as well that'll be useful for you as a parent. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. I do thank you for your time. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming, but like I said, we are here for you, and I don't want you to feel like we're doing this today and then we're leaving you, because we're going to be here and we're going to be here available for you so we can help you through it all, okay?
All right.
All right, I'm going to turn
All right,
it
let's
back
give
over to
Sherry a
you.
round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's one half of monitoring your child's progress in the Granville County Public School System. What I've asked her to do here is to pull up the website, because one other way that you can find information on the parent portal is here. And if you take out your packet, you'll see this information here. Okay. So parent portal, as she mentioned, this is how we stay committed to providing you parents the ability to have access to your child's progress and to update your contact numbers so that we can receive valuable information, so that you can receive valuable information from the district and the school. So here you'll see what is the Power School Parent Portal. Parent Portal is a service that gives you, the parent or guardian, access, as long as you have access to the internet, gives you the ability to view your children's academic progress. It's confidential and it's secure. And as you can see, it was first made available to the guardians, parents and guardians of students on October 1st of 2014. So as Sherry mentioned, what you'll get when you log in, as long as your student is grades 3 through 13, grades 3 through senior year of high school, you'll see an individual student calendar for each student in the household, a schedule of classes for each student in the household, assignments and grades for each student, and then the attendance by quarter and period. So if you have not acquired your username and password, that will be needed to access Parent Portal. So I'm gonna stop right there. How many people have acquired their username and password from their children's school? No? Okay. So that's the first step right there. So what we're gonna do, we'll go through this packet, and then one at a time, like to give you a few minutes on the computer to, after you talk with Ms. Hunt, Wade, that's Ms. Hunt, she'll be able to look up your student's name and get you that username and password, okay? So that you can go forward. But if you follow me on the packet, and you go to the Parent Portal single sign-on, you'll see this sheet right here. Everyone see this sheet right here? Okay, let me find it out here so that you can follow along as well. We're gonna go to setting up your Parent Portal and how to use it. Okay, so it'll be the sheet that looks like this. So this is web-based, so you know you have to have internet access. So if you turn to the back of this page though, if you guys have smartphones, there is an app that you can immediately put on your phone if you like. Power School for Parents app is available for download on Google Play for Android devices. And if you have an iPhone, from the iTunes for iOS devices. So if you want to take a few minutes and try to download the app to your phone.
Which one is it?
You have an Android or iPhone? Power School for Parent app. Should be in iTunes. Does it say?
We have Power School Power School Mobile, Power School.
Power School Mobile. For Android, it'll say, Power School for Parents app. It'll say Power School for Parents. Okay? Okay. And once you have downloaded the app, and we get you your information, you should be able to, go in and look around.
For the iPhone.
For the iPhone, you'll do you go to the App Store, and it's it'll say Power School. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. So, let's see. Creating your account. So if you go back to the sheet, parents, you will need to use the access ID and access password that in a second you'll receive. And then you'll go to the school. Ordinarily, how this would work is you would go to the school and you would provide an ID. So if you have an ID tonight, that's great, so that we can verify that you are the child's, parent, and we can provide you that access ID. And then you'll see here in the home base, this is what your screen will look like. You'll see on the right side of the page. It should be this sheet. Yep, that's right. That's where we're at. And then you'll create your account by entering your first name, your last name, and your email address. And then you'll choose a username, something you can remember. Oh, yes, the district code is on the back page. The district code is for the phone. It'll say district code right here, down here at the bottom. Yeah, you'll see the district code. So when you're setting up your password, you'll need to have at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one number, and one special character. And again, you'll be taking this home with you, so you can always have it with you to jog your memory. And you'll use your username and password as this is what you will use to log into the parent portal every time. So you'll remember this. You'll want to write this down when you establish it, okay? Okay. Now, how many people have multiple kids in the system, in the school system? Okay? If you turn to the next page, there are instructions for linking multiple students to a family, okay? So basically you will link your students by, again, with one user or password. So after you log in, your one login will have your username and password. You'll have access to all your students. So you will enter their information based on what you'll see from Ms. Hunt. She'll be able to reach into the database and give you some information on your kids, and then you'll be able to enter that information on each of your kids, and then you'll enter the data into the field. You see the field on the page. You'll be able to enter the data there. And then while on there, while in the system, you can view grades and attendance. You can view the last week's and this week's attendance by grade or period. And if you click the absence or tardy total, you will be able to see the dates of each of your children's absence or tardies. Parents can also view grades for each subject on the course. This provides a summary detailing exactly where a student stands in each subject or course for the current quarter or semester. These are live grades as they exist in the teacher's grade book. So clicking on the grade for a class will display the individual assignments that will have contributed to the grade. So. As you can see here, you'll see a little bit of it. It's kind of blurry, but that's where you'll see the grades right here, the class and the score. Okay. And you see the information on adding a student. Okay. And then you see right here it says parents with existing parent portal accounts. If you already have an account, and all you need to do is to log in with the username and password you created previously, or if you have forgotten your username or password, you would click there. So if you ever forget it, then you'll be able to click there, and they'll send you an email with it, okay? So that you can reset it. So, if you have your phone here, we'll try to get you to log in and create a phone. Ms. Hunt, when you are ready, I can send one at a time person over to looks like we have two that'll be using computers. So, either you ladies want to go first, when Ms. Honey's ready, we can get your student's name, and then go to the computer, try to, log in.
I'm actually just a grandparent, just here to get the information, just in
Okay,
case my
okay.
granddaughter comes over and I have to help her.
Okay, that's great too. You have this cheat sheet, and then, if you have any problems, you know where on the district's website, you just type in parent portal, you know. So, does anybody else want to?
So if you have your phones, if you need your login, you can still go back there and she can give you your login so you can go ahead and access,
Yeah.
for your phone as well. So,
So please share this, you know, and if they have any questions, your daughter can go to the data manager at the child's school, and then they can give them an opportunity to show them, especially if she has a phone with her. You know, you can look at this back page, and you can have her go right here.
She'll actually be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So we'll get her taken care of tomorrow. Did you understand everything? Did you want to?
What I don't understand, I go down to the school and I come back and teach them.
Okay. Oh, okay. Do you want to try it? You want to just fiddle around with it? We could give you the login and